Hello and welcome to this pattern recognition video for intermediate players. I'm going to try and do 5 puzzles rated 1200 to 1800. So pause at any time if you need to think longer. In this first puzzle, what do we have going on? It looks like 4 pawns versus 7. White has just centralized the rook, creating a battery here with a potential attack. The king could escape here, but if this pawn pushes forward, it might help prevent the king's escape and threaten a mate. But it's black's turn, so what would you do here? And if these puzzles are too hard or too easy for you, I also do beginner, advanced, expert level puzzles, and in the future I'd like to do some master puzzles. But feel free to leave comments, of whatever you think, or any requests if there's something you'd like to see in the future. All right. So we do have a rook lined up on the king. Now you want to look at checks, captures, and threats. So checks first as they're most forcing. So, if we capture here, the king will just take. Maybe we have a better check. So hopefully you found the answer. Pause if you need to think longer. But look at this knight here. What if that knight delivers a check there and the pawn cannot capture because it's pinned by this rook? So then we would be forking the king and we could grab the queen. So check. We can take. Make sure we don't have a check that we missed that would deliver a mate. No, we don't. So we just take the queen. And, looks like they want us to keep going here. So what should we do next? Oh, we have a continuation of the attack. It looks like we could just go here. No. Well, yeah, we could go there, attacking the rook. Discovered attack on the knight. And if the knight tries to move to attack our rook, our bishop could just capture. So I think that's the way to continue. All right. And if they do that, we just go up in material there. All right. Now I should have tried to calculate all of that in my head. I kind of stopped after we got the queen. But, definitely try to calculate as much as you can in your head. All right. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, that'll help, with your calculation ability while you're also trying to discover patterns or remember patterns. And with pattern recognition, you want to just solve a set of puzzles and go over them more than once. That way you don't just do them once and completely forget any patterns that you see. Okay, we just had a capture. And we could take. If we do that, the queen would block. And then we could check with our knight. The king would have to move. All right. Another obvious thing is, at some point maybe we go here and take that. So we could trade off queens and then go after that rook. So let's count up material to see if we should do that or not. We have 6 pawns. Our opponent has 5. So we're ahead by a pawn. 3 minor pieces. No, they have 4 minor pieces and we only have 2. And we're down a rook. Okay, so we need to do something in a hurry here. The obvious move, because our queen's under attack as well, the obvious thing to do would be just to take. So if we take with check, remember when a king is under attack, their options are capture, block, or run. And if they can't do those, then it's a mate. So the queen would not be able to be captured here. The king can't run, so the queen would be forced to block. And then what do we do next? Can this knight do anything? All right, what am I missing here? What am I missing? So capture, queen blocks. If the knight delivers a check here or here, the king would have to go to here. Then what do we do? Is there any kind of follow-up? Huh. All right, I don't know. This is a tough one. Am I missing something? We capture here. Queen is forced to block. Do we just take? If we take, king takes, then we could go here, grab a pawn, and then go after this rook. But then we'd still be down material. All right, to keep the video moving along, I'm going to at least make that move because it makes the most sense. Now, do we go here? The queen could block and we could do a perpetual, but the king could also run here. Then we go there. Queen could block. So are we going after a perpetual check here? Oh, wait, no. We would capture the queen if it tried to block there. So maybe we go for the perpetual. Now, what about this knight move? If we go there, the king could go here and run. I don't really see anything after that. So maybe we go here. No, they don't like that. What am I missing? That. No. Do we take? No. All right. What am I overlooking here? That move? Okay, why does that do anything? Oh, the mate. Okay, I didn't look deep enough into the calculation, which, sometimes that happens if I'm just trying to get through these puzzles and not drag them on too long. Because in the past, when I've tried to sit there and calculate, the videos kind of drag out. So hopefully you did better on that one and got that. Maybe this is a weakness in my pattern recognition. The knight and the queen working together. Knight moves can be a little bit tricky. So on to problem number 3. Bishop has just pinned or tried to pin our queen to our king. We could block with this pawn. But do we have something better here? All right, well, hopefully you found the answer. Even if we block, the bishop could take, but then our rook could take. So we do have this threat of mate in 1 here if we weren't pinned. So maybe we need to take care of that. If we go there, I didn't really want to move that yet just because I was still wanting to look, but now that I did, that's the wrong move. Okay. All right, if we go there, we'll just be captured. Huh. Okay, wow. What am I overlooking? This, is there something simple here that's being overlooked? Do we counterattack? No. Do we go there? What? Why would they take with the queen and allow the mate? Well, now if we do that, they have to go that way, but then we have that. Does that even work? Now we can go there. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and look at that. So they go there. If we do that move, oh, the queen is forced to capture. If the bishop captures, we still have that mate up here. So queen has to capture. Now if the rook captures, okay. All right. Wow, that was a good one. Hopefully you got that one. Let's move on to problem number 4. We just had a capture here. Sometimes it's dangerous to go pawn hunting with your queen. What do we have? Well, we could, if we look at checks, captures, threats, we could go here, but they'll just capture. Is there a way to trap that queen? Is there a way to trap that queen? Because now there's a threat of just taking here. And then if we capture, queen will capture. So we can't move our rook or the queen will just capture there. Okay. What then? Do we bring in the knight up here? Bishop could take. Obvious move might be just to take their bishop. If we look at material, we have 5, 6 pawns versus 8. So we're down 2 pawns. What are we going to do here? We could go there, blocking that bishop. If they take en passant, we capture with check. The king will just move out of the way, or the knight could maybe block. Wow. Okay, maybe we move here with our knight, attacking the queen. Where can the queen go? Here or here? And then what do we do? This one's giving me trouble, so I'm just going to look at that move. That's not what they want. What about that? No, I'm just having trouble with these puzzles today. No. Okay, I do not see what we can do. No, of course not. They'll take the bishop. Queen over to here. No. Are you kidding me? What if we just go there? No. If we take this, like, okay, I guess that's what I was looking at in the beginning. But all right. Well, I guess now we could go here, block that queen in. Why did he go there? Or we can just capture. I thought the queen would go here. But then our knight could jump in there and try and trap it. I mean, here we're just going to take. But, if we go to this, all right. They took, we capture, they capture, we attack the queen. Now, what if the queen just goes here? Well, it looks like the knight can trap it in. Then what? They recommend knight to e2. Then rook to h7 traps the queen anyway. All right, let's move on to problem number 5. Bishop is just captured here. What now? We have 4 pawns. Our opponent has, what, 6? And they have an extra bishop and rook. So we need to do something in a hurry here. Well, it looks like we could just go there, threatening a checkmate in 1. So that looks to be the best way to go. Their counterattack might be here to take with a check. We could run here. If they try and take again, we would have to take the rook. The queen could take. And we'd be in check. So maybe we have to do something different. So if we go there, bishop takes with check. Do we go here? So maybe that works. All right, well, hopefully you found the answer to this final problem. I don't know, I did a little rough on these puzzles today. I hope you did better than I did. I was trying to speed them along so the videos aren't too long. Anyway, feel free to leave comments, like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you for watching and have a super chess day.